Okay, so let's take a look at these problems. In the instructions, it tells you to find the missing measurements of the rhombus. Okay, it is a rhombus. Rhombus has all four sides congruent. It has a right angle in the center. Okay, so every single side is the same size. It has a right angle in the center. All the angles in the center are right angles. Opposite angles are congruent, and they're also being bisected. Okay. So let's go ahead and work through some of these problems. It tells you that AB is 10.5. So that means every single other side on the outside is 10.5. This one, and this one. They're all 10.5. So for all of these, let's go ahead and fill in 10.5, 10.5, 10.5. Okay. All right, now, it also told us that AC, which is the whole diagonal this way, the shorter looking diagonal, is 7. So if that whole thing is 7, I can figure out that since the diagonals are being bisected, half of 7 is 3.5. So each of these little parts is going to be 3.5. From A to E, that's 3.5, right? And also from C to E is 3.5. So I can fill in those. This one here is 3.5. And this one here is 3.5. Okay, now I'm going to erase some of this because my diagram's getting a little crowded. Okay, so now let's take a look at DE. DE is this part of the diagonal. That part is 11.5. Okay, so I know that because the diagonals bisect each other, that part and that part are congruent. So from B to E is also going to be 11.5. So I can fill that in. That's 11.5. Now, the last part it's asking me for is DB. Well, DB is the whole diagonal, so I'm going to have to add 11.5 and 11.5, which gives me 23. So 23 is my answer for that part. Okay, I'm going to erase this again. And now we're going to take a look at the angles. Okay, so the first, I want to find all the angles basically that are here, but the one that it tells me that this one, EAB, is 57. So I'm going to highlight where that is. EAB, that's that one. The middle letter is A, so it's going to be this angle right here. That angle is 57 degrees. Okay, so if that one's 57, I know that in a rhombus, the diagonals bisect the opposite angles. So that means that this one right here is also 57. I know that opposite angles are congruent, so that means this one over here is 57. And this one right next to it is 57. Okay? Now, because there's a right angle here, and there's also one here, and here, and here. Okay, that means that I can use what I know about right triangles. This is a right triangle. Okay, and I know all the angles in a right triangle always add up to 180. So I can use what I know to find this missing angle that I'm drawing this blue arrow to. So I'm going to go ahead and add 90 and the yellow angle, 57. That gives me 147, and I'm going to subtract that from 180. Okay, when I subtract, I get 33. Okay, now because this is a rhombus, this angle here and this angle right next to it, they're congruent, so this one's also 33. And their opposite angles over here are also all going to be 33. Okay, so now I think I have enough information to fill in most of these. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. ABE, ABE, that one's 33. EBC, that one's also 33. BCE, that one was 57. ECD, that one was also 57. CDE, that one was 33. EDA, 33. DAE was 57. AEB was a right angle, that was 90. BEC, that was also 90. CED, that was another right angle. And DEA, also another right angle.